The word mansplaining deserves better. Hear me out. I wrote the article, "The Delegitimization of Feminist Language Disrupts Change." Here's the deep dive. Those who oppose the feminist movement in 2026 argue that women are just grabbing at straws at this point, that all of the most important changes have already been made. But there are still many aspects of women's treatment that need changing, which range from what is invalidating to what is violent. Yes, much positive change has occurred since the first women's suffrage movement, but just because women can vote, run for office, work outside of the home, etc., doesn't mean that quality of life cannot be improved even further. So though something like language may seem trivial, its larger effects are not. When you want to make a movement seem less legitimate, the easiest thing to target is language. Things like girl boss, girl power, even #MeToo. And when I say the word mansplaining, I want to cringe. It is cringy, but that's not the fault of the word itself. It is a fault of the way it has been run into the ground. I think that users of the word need to accept some responsibility for that. Excessive use of words like mansplaining in situations that do not necessarily deserve it are a factor that leads to the word's delegitimization. This happens with language all the time. It is created for use by a certain community, and then it is used by more and more people until it feels annoying and overused. This happens with words and phrases developed by users of African American vernacular English and LGBTQ sociolects. Often there is also an overlap. It's a myth that all feminists are man-haters. In fact, that assumption is dangerous. I think this is where a lot of people, men, women, or otherwise, get turned off from feminism. They see it as a diss at men when really it is a criticism of masculinity. And I hesitate to say toxic masculinity because I think that term has fallen victim to memification as well. Feminism is more nuanced than just men bad, women good. For some it is black and white, but I would argue that this is not the most productive approach. Whether it's ironic or not, if you overuse a word to the point where it loses its original meaning, you are causing just as much harm as the people who are already against your very movement. On the other hand, if you think words like mansplaining and Me Too are just a bunch of nonsense, try and remember why they exist to begin with.